Gentleman from Georgia's time is fully expired. The gentleman from Pennsylvania is
Thank you,
now
Mr.
recognized.
Speaker. I'm now honored to recognize another great member of the House Agriculture Committee, the gentlelady from Florida, Congresswoman Cammack, for 3 minutes.
Gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in opposition to H.R. 7606, the Higher Food and Increased Fuel Costs Act. I just cannot believe that at a time when Americans, we all are paying more for everything from gas, groceries, energy, and beyond, my colleagues on the left want more regulation, more government intervention. And they want to blame Putin and the war in Ukraine, but they don't want to accept responsibility for the very policies that are helping drive these increased costs. You know, if the last year has taught us anything, it is that big government with a one-size-fits-all approach, spend into oblivion, does not work. It turns out, shockingly, that taking cues from the Easter Bunny doesn't work. Look at the facts. Fuel, 106% up. Eggs, 32% increase. Fresh and frozen chicken, up 19.3%. Milk, up 15%. Bacon, up 15.6%. Baby food is up almost 13%. Oh, and by the way, we can't find it. Let's talk about that. Right now, our farmers, and I know this for a fact because I come from a rural producing district, they have had their backs up against a wall. Skyrocketing prices for inputs like fertilizer and fuel and feed, many of our producers are now reaching a breaking point. This administration, however, seems hell-bent on pushing them over the edge. The regulatory regime at the EPA, and I use that word deliberately, threatens the very livelihood of our producers and the long-term food security of our nation. Everyone in this room can agree that food security is national security, and it's dangerous policies what the left is doing in taking out our producers. Now, it seems like they're more focused on Green New Deal policies, and our districts will never be the same if we continue down this path. Any sort of tax or additional regulation is increasing the cost to produce fuel and produce our food. This is a time when Americans, keep in mind, are making decisions between gas or groceries. And we're seriously up here talking about increasing costs for fuel and food? Give me a break. We need to slam the brakes on any policy that empowers more government bureaucrats and impoverishes the people. And we need to ensure that the EPA does not threaten the future of our producers with such ridiculous, out-of-touch policies. I know many of my colleagues, particularly in leadership, have not filled up a gas tank in probably 40 years, but I have. 2 days ago, over $5 a gallon of gas. That is what Americans are facing. We need to stop empowering these bureaucrats. I ask unanimous consent to insert into the text the amendment in the record immediately prior to the vote on the motion to recommit. If we adopt my motion to recommit, we will instruct the Committee on Agriculture to add my amendment that would prohibit the EPA from regulating or taxing emission from livestock. And I ask all my colleagues to support the motion to recommit, and I reserve the balance of my time.